Good evening, everyone. I'm fine. I'm fine. I got a market tomorrow, so I'm gonna try and get a few things done, so I have at least something to try and pretend to sell. I'm gonna listen to a little bit of game theory because I'm uncreative tonight, and more than that is going to drive me crazy. And yeah, hopefully to finish this little dinosaur. And I got a couple of faces I got drawing, so hopefully I can clean them up and slap them on some teddy bears. And yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do that tonight. Anyway, welcome to the world's most boring live stream. Good to have you here.
Right? We have Eddie, we have this discussion of theater, and it's like, oh, the mailman gets it, why don't you get it? Hold on, is that supposed to be an insult in some way? At which point, then we get the cue of, hey, now there's a distortion in the video. The screen is darkening and lightening, as though home has now inserted itself here. Maybe this moment of Eddie feeling like he's being attacked, or feeling like he's being insulted or belittled in some way, is again forwarding that idea of now home is paying attention and is upset with the fact that his cult, his people are not happy with each other. There's dissent among the ranks, and now he's paying attention, watching, supervising him being made angry in some way. Oh. Yep. Oh, wild. Ooh, hello. Oh man, it's getting dark. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, Sam, you did. Don't doubt yourself. You did a wonderful job.
Here, hold on. Let's go back through the section that we just tried to listen to, but it was so distorted it was really hard to tell. The theater clown, Sally. I do hate to ruffle anyone's feathers, as it were, but why so much focus on horror for your party, especially when you're dressed for comedy? I think I'd much rather have a pleasant chuckle, or maybe even a troll even. I think Sally's right though. What's living without a little scare every now and then? Had a good time listening to all those tall tales of terror and treats, or whatever Barnaby called them. Oh, you're right, terror and treats. Oh, bother, I'll never get the entirety of the little neighborhood in Stardom. At this rate, we'll be a laughingstock of our solar system. Oh, Sally, dear, don't doubt yourself. You're doing a wonderful job, but I wouldn't throw out the fun of clownery. And then visual ID, something has happened to the apple. A bite's been taken out of it, I think. Huh. That's also an interesting detail here, is the fact that even the closed captioning is not like a neutral observer. It has a personality. That seems important. You might have to go back and reread all of these kind of assessments of what's going on. But the fact that it says I think, it's now giving a personality and a character to the person who is transcribing what's happening in here. And again, there have been moments where we have talked about how Wally in these videos, in these situations that you find across the website, where Wally's kind of this like neutral figure standing off to the side watching these things happen, and then when suddenly someone addresses him or calls him to action, he activates. And we'll see how this winds up. Maybe that's how this video is going to end here, but so it's worth reminding you that that's how these things have gone in the past. But it's this idea of like he's almost like a camera or a filter for home or observing these things, but then when he's called upon to be a character, he like wakes up and now he's active in the scene again. So I'm wondering if maybe the writer or author of these closed captions, who's assessing what's going on in these circumstances, maybe that is Wally, like taking in the information, and so he's doing his personal take on it as like a neutral, far-off observer, and like, oh, the apple was bit, I think, but he's kind of distanced from the action, as though his brain is like partitioned. He's trapped inside his own brain, which is why a lot of the messages throughout the website are constantly this idea of like, I can see you, you can't see me, help me get out of here, I can't communicate with you, I'm trapped in a lot of ways. Oh, hello. What was that? Bite of the Apple's interesting. I don't know why that's specifically called to import. Apples in general, like you see this, it's like festive holiday stuff. That's fine. You would expect to see a candy apple here. That's nothing unnormal. But again, in a series like this, where a lot of the attention to detail is there, and a lot of these story moments matter a lot, Apple's very symbolic in a lot of ways, you know, ever since the very beginning with like the biblical apple of knowledge, Adam and Eve stuff. Apples are constantly used in movies to represent like, oh, this is the villain taking a bite to show that they're a jerk or like they're the, you know, they don't care about the situation, and so they embrace the like knowledge, the corrupting knowledge in a lot of ways. So apples are very symbolic. I think that's an interesting detail for them to specifically call out in this way. Might not have any importance here. I don't really see how it would fit, but I think it's just, you know, worth calling out. Also, a lot of times apples are like the ones that you see like rotting in movies. You know, it shows like a beautiful, pristine, like perfect thing that's being corrupted in some way. So maybe it being bitten into, whether that was physical or not, like is it corruption or decomposing of the thing.
As much as I'm enjoying all this talking clowning around, I better go check up.
And again, see, you have this. There's a brief pause. So Barnaby, here's my little devil doing over here, guarding my apple for me, pal. There's a brief pause. What is he doing? So again, it's the fallibility of the person who's writing these. Like, we expect a transcription of a video to be this neutral narrator, right? This neutral, omnipotent person, you know, because it's just a transcript of a video. It's closed captioning, right? But it's not, right? The fact that the closed captioning has limited knowledge of what's going on in the scene and has an eye thing and stuff shows that it's an unreliable narrator and it's a character in the story. So again, you have to take that into consideration as we're analyzing details like this and as we're looking across all these hidden videos on the website, that they are being observed and transcribed by someone who is not an omnipotent narrator, who is here and has some fallibility.
Got my little apple. But don't mean Wally. But you know what? I also mean more.
You think?
Hey, how's my little devil doing over here? You guard my apple for me, pal? Oh, I guess you didn't do a very good job at it. Hey, who took a bite out of my apple? I think I see fang marks, Frank.
These fangs are real and you know that.
Sure. That's what they all say.
Alright.
Don't worry, though, kid. There's plenty of other eats here. What are you feeling hungry for, Wally?
There's always call to action, and now it ends. It's also worth noting that it ends with a glitch, as though like a camera feed is cutting off, or at least like the visual shorthand of the camera feed cutting off. You also heard some like audio glitching there, so it's end visual and audio ID. So again, it reinforces this idea of like Wally being used or activated.
The neck
as
is a
some
little
sort of
tall, but
surveillance
that's okay. If it's on the shelf like that, it looks good.
Become a character until he has to interact with the people in this world. So this video, interestingly enough, reinforces a lot of the stuff that we've said in the past, you know, in past theories, around this idea of Wally basically fulfilling two different roles here. He is a character in this world, but he's also a vessel or an observer or something for home. Is that a robot? Is he a puppet? Is he also brainwashed? Like, he has a lot of different functions here where he's shown multiple times worshiping home, talking to home in a lot of ways. So there's a different level of relationship there that's important, but he's also a puppet and a piece of technology for it, which is weird. You also have, again, this idea of as soon as there's dissent in the neighborhood, you see that friction happening, you see home and the video kind of having this like negative reaction and things kind of going crazy. Lastly, do we know who bit the apple? Does that matter? It seems like it matters. Barnaby comes close. How's my little devil doing over here? You're guarding my apple. So if he's getting close to Wally, well, I guess you didn't do a good job at it. Who took a bite out of my apple? I see some fang marks. Sure they are, that's what they all say. It sounds like Barnaby passed the camera. Don't worry, that kid. What are you hungry for, Wally? So it's interesting. At first I'm like, oh, it was Wally who potentially did that, but no, there's another person, another kid here, an entity. Because he transitions from talking to the kid, and then, hey, Wally, what are you hungry for? So who else would it be? We know it's not Sally. We know it's not Frank. Do we see Howdy throughout this one? We saw Eddie for sure. Julie? It's got fangs. So it's interesting, right? They say specifically, the call out of fangs is interesting, which again, maybe is referring to someone being not what they are, right? Where like, hey, all of these characters are normal characters, but someone is demonic, evil, or has like some hidden side to them where they're able to kind of like transform or turn evil. Ash, what do you think?
Did you see the bit apple
Sis? I think it was, Eddie. Yeah, you could see the bit apple on that box.
Oh, good eye. Well done.
Thank you.
No, you're totally right. Huh. That's interesting. If Eddie, because we know Eddie's in the scene. I like that Poppy exists in this, but as far as I know, like, we don't really do a whole lot with Poppy yet. She's one that I think is like waiting to be unlocked or unearthed in some way. Yeah, and I guess, yeah, you're right. Eddie is the only one with any sort of apple-based imagery here.
The, Howdy has an
Oh.
apple, but it's whole.
Yeah,
And there's a worm.
yeah, there's a worm. Yep, right. Ooh, that's interesting.
Irresistibly
I like this color pink, but it takes a lot to get it
Lindor, this
not
holiday
transparent.
season, you choose the moment. We'll provide the bliss. From the Lind Made-You Chocolatier.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. Every day I lose ceramides I need to seal in moisture. CeraVe delivers 3 essential ceramides to help restore my barrier and lock in moisture so I can feel hydrated and look healthy. CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotions.
And this one. This one right here, this one.
Hello, Mr. Deere. I'm here about your emergency.
Oh, thank the stars you're here, Frank. I mean, Mr. Franklin, we're in a heap of trouble. There's some kind of, you know, like it's like if you ever seen like it's like whatchamacallit in here.
Whatchamacallit? I'm afraid I only deal with bugs, Mr. Deere.
The bug, a critter, I guess your name, but whatever it is, it's upheaving my whole post office. Just look at what it's done with the paper chain.
Not the paper chains. How dare you?
Please, it did a wonderful job. Maybe you should consider hiring it.
Look, real kid, I'm being serious here.
Oh, there's nothing to be so scared of. It's more frightened of you than you are of it, you know.
Scared of a friendly guy like me? I wouldn't even hurt a fly.
That's interesting. So if all of a sudden we're making this connection of, hey, someone bit this apple and there are fang marks in it, that's a weird call out, right? And they specifically make it clear that the fang marks are meant to be real, right? The reason that Clown, as narrator and creator of this world, right, would have included a toss to Frank and be like, hey, this apple has fang marks in it, and Frank's like, wasn't me, my fangs are fake, says that real fangs made that bite. And it also shows that Frank wasn't the one who did it, so it disqualifies him. So if we're thinking it is Eddie who has a bit apple as imagery here, now let's go back through Eddie lore and look, we see this. Eddie, he's branding himself, I'm a friendly guy, I wouldn't hurt a fly. But now we're getting, an indication here that maybe he has hidden fangs. Maybe he is some sort of other entity hiding in plain sight, or maybe the fangs are symbolic of him actually being willing to hurt or be violent in some way. But the fact that they are actively calling out, like, no, I'm a friendly guy, it's not me, feels very, very call-outy of, oh no, this is all smoke and mirrors, there's actually something here.
I don't think you could even look at a fly with how you're hiding from this beetle.
Hey, don't go knocking a fella down when he's in a fit of desperation. If you had a rogue angler fluttering around your home, I'd get there lickety-split.
I'll take that into consideration next time that happens, Mr. Deere. See? Not so intimidating, is
I love the
it?
sound design that you can. I love, and again, this is one of those like small production things, but I think is so smart about how this series does things. You can tell so much about the world and the spatial recognition just based on the fact that, like, oh, the recording is Frank has moved away and dealt with this bug, and he's further away from Wally as the like source of the audio and video that we're hearing, and so you get this great spatial awareness of everyone and the rooms that they're walking through just based on talking to the guy across the room or in a different room or whatever. It's really, really well
I
done.
suppose you're right, but it's easy for you to say so. I don't know these fellas on a first-name basis like you do.
You don't need to be familiar with them in order to get to know them better. And they're just like you or me. In fact, you're not scared of them, are you?
No, Wally. In fact, they're just like you or me. In fact, do the people know about Wally?
I don't know. They do this thing where they talk around him and
Right.
then include him in the conversation after the fact.
Right? It's weird that they include him after the fact, and I don't know if that's just like a product of how the lore is being set up, and that's just like a hey, we have to write it this way in order to communicate this, to have this scene for the audience. But it's weird, Wally's just brought into this conversation at this point. It's odd. It's odd. Anyway, okay, so that's the Thanksgiving or Halloween video, which is really, really interesting. Video shows a table set with licorice, all sorts of candy apples, and the audio of the neighbors discuss Halloween festivities. As their voices begin to overlap with one another, the video distorts and turns dark. An apple in the left corner begins to shake. We have close up of one of the treats on the table before the camera returns to its original position. The camera stops shaking and a bite mark appears in it. The video returns to normal. Yeah, this is everything that we saw. Okay. At this point, implied to be from Wally's point of view. Check out the apple that Wally was supposed to be guarding. Barnaby accuses Frank of taking a bite, comforts Wally, and asks him what he wants to eat at this point, though. Because they treat, even though Wally is like leader of the group or leader of home in a lot of ways, everyone's kind of like, not placating him, but it feels almost like he's childish in a lot of ways. What else we get? So there was one other part of this. In a part of the Happy Haunting to Boo and Yours audio found in the merchandise page, Sally tells a scary story to the others, but no transcript exists for this part because her words couldn't be heard clearly by the Welcome Home Restoration Project. They ask us, the listeners, to try and decipher what it says. Okay, so this was found on the merchandise page. Happy Haunting to Boo and Yours storybook report. Here we go. What's a better way to get in the mood for Halloween than with the neighbors of Welcome Home? Hear for yourselves how they celebrate the spookiest day of the year with Sally Starlet's macabre menagerie of monstrous mischief-making. Joy gaggle of bone-chilling tall tales through this newly uncovered storybook record. Date unknown. Ooh, it's endorsed by Crispy Sweets. The discovery of this vinyl has brought assurance of even more recorded stories akin to Eddie's Big Lift. However, this particular audio rip skips at 1656 and quickly jumps past Sally's dialogue to 1851. Although the sound between these kinds is incomprehensible noise, we've transcribed what we could. I don't know how they're not going to let us have this. I guess it's thinking about it. The internet's thinking. It's like, I'll get there, maybe. Okay, hold up, okay. I clicked too aggressively. This was my bad. I apologize. See if we can get this to load in any way, shape, or form. You would think that this audio must exist somewhere. Let's just really slow to load because it's doing it through a Wayback Machine.
It's been uploaded onto YouTube and SoundCloud, it looks like.
Okay. Well, we'll go there in a second then, so that way we don't have to wait for all of this. So there's Home, watching on. Home's also kind of sweating. I'm assuming, like anime sweat, maybe? Is there anything that we can learn about their characters? Crispy Sweets, the cereal. It's interesting. It looks like Wally is actually Wally and Barnaby are on the cereal, right? So we're seeing them promoting their own cereal on their own product. Layers and layers of meta. There's Frank with his fake fangs. There's Barnaby with real fangs. It's a dog. He's a dog. So maybe that's why. Throwing that out there as a possibility, though.
Wally's the only one that looks happy.
Right? Moderately happy. It's also interesting how, like, he's wearing a devil costume. Uh-oh. There's a lot of satanic imagery around Wally. Just saying. He is enjoying himself. It's also interesting how depowered, or, like, how minimal he is in a lot of this. Like, everyone else is so much bigger, and he's, again, like, the focal point of this energy. It's interesting that he is depicted as being so small. What's this? Moral? Arl? And then we got Playfollow, Workle, in the US, or something like that. Playfollow. Copyright, Playfellow, something in the US. So, okay, a couple little details there as far as world building and associating the other companies that are making the series and things like that. It is probably worth knowing Playfollow. Might be worth tracking that one and seeing, is that the company that made this in the first place, right? Like, is there this whole time we're like, oh, this is an old forgotten TV show and this puppet world existed and all of this, but we haven't really dug into the company that brought it to life or sponsored it. This is all this like retroactive, hey, let's uncover this old series, talk about it, the characters, what happened to them, this and that. But we haven't really talked a whole lot about who brought that series to life in the first place or who produced that series. Because at the end of the day, like, that is the root of everything. So you're going layers and layers deeper. It's like, yeah, there's Wally and Home and the show of Welcome Home, sure. But we haven't even started to talk about, like, who are the people who brought all this stuff to life. So that's really interesting that there might be another entity below that. So you said it's on YouTube, Ash?
Yep.
Oh, Felipe Bruno. Everyone's favorite. Funny
Devilish
question,
hairdresser.
devilish hairdresser. Love it. I'm gonna play this one day. This would be Boo. What was it? Boo for you. Welcome.
Happy haunting to Boo and you
Yeah.
and yours.
Welcome home. Happy haunting for Boo and yours.
There you go.
Great. Oh, this is it. Okay.
I'm not sure if you can see the gradient, but yeah.
In 5 years, I'll be doing this full time.
Place these guys?
Oh. I'm like, this is not the transcript. Speaking of unreliable narrators, no, this is okay. Wow, this is
What a beautiful day at home, isn't it, neighbor? Just like every day before today and every day after. But something about today is a little different. Our Sally Starlet might describe it as a spine-tingling, bone-chilling, and hair-raising sort of day.
interesting that there's again, like in this idea of who are the people narrating the stories. What is their role in the wider arc of this thing? Are they a part of the community? Are they outside the community? Whatever. I think unless this is one of the characters that we haven't spent a whole lot of time with, like like a Poppy or something. The fact that it's only identified as narrator is interesting. It might be this neutral observer, but now that we know that the closed caption person is involved in some way, Wally or whoever, it's important for us to just be aware that hey, this also might have an effect. Like this person might also be an
Her dear
unreliable.
friend Poppy Partridge always dreaded, even as she helped prepare for the celebration. Yes, that's right. It was Sally's favorite holiday, the macabre menagerie of monstrous mischief-making. A monumental mouthful, if you ask me. But we've had our time talking. Let's peer into Poppy's window to hear about it for ourselves.
That's creepy. Could be peeking in people's windows. Just saying.
Darling, you produced such a dazzling and desolate display. Thank you for letting me use your not so humble abode for my macabre menagerie of monstrous mischief-making festivities. Sally carefully placed down the assorted treats on the table. Some even looked like our neighbors. They ought to make one for the narrator, though.
See, and interesting. There it is. Yeah.
Neighbors. They ought to make one for the narrator, though.
So again, the narrator has an opinion. That's really interesting. Through all of these pieces that we're looking at today, the narrator is inserting themselves, interjecting, or has some sort of jealousy or at least an opinion of what's going on in the world. And here, the narrator is made to be neutral. Is this Wally, by the way? The voice kind of sounds like Wally.
It's Wally-esque.
Right? It's Wally adjacent. I don't know if it's actually Wally, and it would be weird for them to identify it as narrator rather than Wally, but I don't know if that's intentional, if they're obscuring the fact that it's Wally, or if this is meant to be a different character voiced by the same voice actor as Wally.
Why, of course, dear. It's so lovely to help you with
Anyway, this goes on forever. A long, long time. So instead of listening to the whole thing, which I would highly encourage anyone to do, and also, we will absolutely do before the next time we do a theory on this, in the interest of making sure that we get to a lot of different things and aren't just sitting here for the next 20 minutes listening to some Halloween story, 1656 to 1851, I'm curious about this, because that's what they specifically call out. The fact that they're calling it out means that you can probably listen to the whole thing and make sure that there are clues hidden in the places
All right,
that they're not
everybody.
calling out.
Ooh, no,
That's
gonna
specific.
need you next. 'Cause you're dry.
But they are specifically calling
Yep.
out the glitch here.
What he was searching for. 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 What he was searching for.
Where'd it go? Is that the one?
It is looking for neighbors who have stayed out past the daytime to gobble them up whole.
Here.
Deep within the
I
forest.
just want to see what led up to this. Because again, if this is what it seems like, the glitches happen when there's negativity in the town. So let's see.
It is because this town is rumored to have visitors deep within the forest, far beyond the hills and mountains. No one knows what it wants or where it's going. Just that it is persistent. Just that it arrives here. So many stories have risen about their origins, but I know what it is searching for. What it is searching for. What it is searching for.
Huh. So it has something to do with this entity or this spiritual thing. Again, listen to the whole thing. But the idea that like as soon as we start revealing a secret or what the thing it's searching for is, that truth that's going to be revealed by Sally gets obscured or covered up by this.
Twinings, drinking life.
Looking for neighbors
What
with
are those sounds? It's very specific sound effects. They might mean nothing, but again, like we've been able to piece together in the past, like what some of the sound effects are, like creaking of floorboards, squeaking of hinges, blah blah blah. And so they're just very oddly specific to sound effects.
stayed out past the daytime to gobble them up whole. That is why so few live here. It moves through the streets at night, but it doesn't break into
Oh,
homes.
that's why I had the friggin' thing plugged in. Okay, get back in.
It will find itself with an appetite, but unsatisfied by its aimless wandering. Even the occasional unfortunate insect that has crossed its path is not enough. Those who have lived through the night say it isn't quiet about it either. They always say you can hear when it gets closer to you. Do you know what sound it makes? I hear it every night. You can hear it too if you listen. Especially if you wait next to your window. First, there's rustling in the bushes.
I love how I got this area entirely cleaned up and like the very next day I'm painting in it.
And the wolf crawls up. Finally, you're quiet. You can hear its guttural sound.
Guttural sound.
That was awesome. What was so awesome here? That's awesome. So it's not Wally. Narrator is not Wally at this point because you can tell that there's a different tone there.
Well, yeah, it
There's
doesn't sound like Wally.
a separation of narrator versus
I need
Wally.
to fix the
in
chest here.
so
Start
it's
coming
not
apart.
Wally, so that's good to know. Interesting. So this idea of if you're going out at night, something is going to swallow you up or eat you. I don't know if this is just a Halloween specific thing or what. The implication, right, is that that might be home, but it also might be, hey, is A some sort of a weird werewolf creature? You know, where he
Where's the
has
scissors?
fangs, he says, I'm not going to hurt a fly, but transforms at night. Like, maybe that's what this is referring to. Because I see it working both ways, right? Like, oh, you know, this place is evil, and it's going to swallow you up. Like, I can see that being... And even the person who's transcribing this and did that little video edit there of, like, showing Wally's eyes as the kind of jump scare here, I don't think it's Wally. I think Wally is a separate entity and a separate evil here, potentially. I feel like this might actually be a reference to Eddie in some way, if we are making this connection between the bit and Apple. Interesting. A lot of cool stuff for Halloween. Really compelling. And then obviously there's 20 minutes outside of all of this. So that's Halloween. So this is the new stuff. So you said the clown took down the Halloween stuff, as you do. I did that this weekend with the Thanksgiving stuff and threw up the Christmas stuff. So now there's new things on the website?
Yes. So if you head back to the homepage,
Yes.
our regular homepage, you'll find that there is a weird ask of the viewer.
Okay. Welcome home. Well, website, feel free to explore. We've been there. Website updates. Write hello. Write hello. Where? Here's the bugs in the bugs. So the bugs are still kicking around the website. I love how each layer just adds to itself. Write hello. Is there? Nope. Oh, it was capital H, right? Right, hello? H-E-L-L-O? No? Clown illustrations, right, hello, maybe? Right, hello. Slash, hello?
Biofreeze. Fancy Feast. Chef inspired, cat adored.
Looks like it just gave us the same. Where would you write hello? Guest book? No, see, yeah, I know that they cut that you can't write in the guest book anymore. That was one of the updates. Is there anywhere else that you could write things? Write hello.
Cool
These are-
down.
yeah, these are all
Oops.
the bugs that we talked about.
Are you holding up? Not hot yet?
Do you know where I'm
Getting
supposed to
hot, but not quite hot enough yet.
No,
Oh, excellent, thank you.
no one does.
Oh, fantastic. Is there more?
Yeah, there's various commands like this all across the
So
site.
this one's like a little bear's got
whether
some
it's in the
yellow and pink,
neighborhood,
so I kind of made this creepy face, and
with
that's gonna go
different
on here.
There's a little stickers.
This big blue
stickers
eye.
thing. Let's go stickers thing. Make your webpage feel like home by spreading the good
And
word
this
about what
peachy beige boy is gonna get this one giant eyeball like that.
Right, okay. Was the first one close?
Like that.
Huh. That's interesting. So this one's right hello.
I need to get some more of these
Close.
wooden desks
Right,
because they're
okay.
perfect size for faces.
Both are capped. No. Fucking home winning.
I don't think I have any more done.
Huh.
I head up to the dollar store tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Weird. It's not giving us anything. Okay, there's Wally as the devil again. So you're seeing some of their Halloween costumes, which is fun. Yeah, as it goes.
I also got this dragon the other day. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with her. Thinking
Sally. Reverse
black.
this image of Sally. Like, copy image. Thanks for pulling this up. Reverse. So reverse to me, it's interesting that it copies to dark black here. Reverse to me means two things, right? It could be just literally reverse it. Reverse an image. I mean, I think like flip it. That's reversing the image, I guess. What has that done? That hasn't changed nothing. Nor would I have expected it to. Reverse.
Red, blue,
To me,
yellow.
the other thing that I think of when it comes to reversing an image makes me think of inverting it, where you basically do like a photo negative of it. That's not giving us anything either, right? Reverse the image. And I know we've called this out in past episodes too, where we acknowledge the fact that Sally is interesting because she's got the FNAF thing going on where like, oh no, one eye is one thing, one eye is the other thing, and one side is this thing and one side is this other thing. So she's a character of duality, right? Even the fact that she's an actress and she's a starlight, starlet. I mean, it shows that there's a facade
Hurry
and
up.
there's something
Heat up.
that is the classic, like if someone's an actor in any sort of storytelling,
Anything quickly
there's
I
that
can- Ooh,
dichotomy
funny.
of their publicly facing persona versus who they are underneath when you tear away the covers. And so she has a lot of that in here where it's like she's got some things going on. So reverse an image. Is it, since I'm here, I might as well just do the classic brightness because left limit brightness. I don't think this is going to do anything that doesn't, that's nothing there. Huh. The other thing that comes to mind, if I'm thinking reverse the image, reverse this image of Sally. I save the image. Save Sally edited. That's interesting. Sally edited. Okay. Yeah, this is nothing. This is just the image again. What I'm thinking is, can you open it with? So we did this when we did our ARG a couple years ago. It was the kind of like year-long ARG that we did.
And a couple horns here. I have the blue ones.
Just because it's an image file, right?
What do you
Like,
think?
At the end of the day, it's a bunch of like 90s translate to computer language.
Purpley blue ones. They kind of disappear, so no.
I don't even know how you would. Well,
Then I have these
I don't know how you reverse it. Like, maybe
big
there's
white
a
deer
website or
ones.
something that allows you to do that. And
I
then
kind
you
of
would
feel like
open it
this,
back
but I
as
also kind of feel like that.
you open it back as an image again, maybe.
I think we'll go with the blue. Let's see what these guys are done.
I don't know what there's nothing that looks remotely like real words.
Oh, that sucks.
Nothing that looks like actual text that might be buried in here that might have like a hidden message. Yeah, you would think that it would like jump out or that it would be slightly more obvious. So the only thing I can think of is taking that finding a way to reverse the code in some way and then restating it as an image, maybe? That's weird. Okay, so write hello, write okay. I'm gonna put next to the mystery audio title, Move Barnaby. Where's this guy? Barnaby, what do you call Beagle with no ears?
What if it's not right, as in like to type, but like
There's so much. Mystery audio.
what they mean is like the hello on the hello word on the right.
World? Wow, there's a lot of instances of Barnaby. 913 instances of Barnaby. All right, well, we're gonna be here for a while. Move Barnaby. Yep, that's the text. How would I do this? Move. So I'm wondering if there's this image layer on top of, like, I see this one. I say move Barnaby makes me think, here's Barnaby. I'm wondering if there's a link or message or something.
What if I can get these
underneath
eyes
it
off?
that, you know, they're trying to get us to actually remove it so we can see what's underneath it. The question that I have is, how are they expecting us to do that? Because you can't drag it away. Let me hold on. I mean, I guess what you could potentially do is you could take the source code of the website, drop it into its own
You gotta shorten you, damn it.
website, like recreate the entirety of the website. So you take the code of the website, you kind of make your own website using it, but then you remove the Barnaby code, which is why if you go here, somewhere, oh, there's only 14 Barnaby now? That's slightly more manageable. Oh my gosh, it's so long. That's the thing about like any sort of website text. Where are we at? Here's Barnaby, more Barnaby stuff. Move Barnaby. Okay, here's the text. Like foot wrapper, site footer. See, this is where I wish I had done more website coding in school. I only got like a class or two, and it was so long ago. But I wish I could still be able to like do this or like know more specifically how to find a lot of this stuff quickly and efficiently. Because I recognize that I'm fumbling through a lot of this, and especially when it came to like Tiny Flower, excellent. When it comes to like making a website look nice and stuff, I definitely didn't have that.
Nope.
It's already coughing out.
I want something that stands out.
But that's where Find Barnaby is.
No, I have these pretty little blue ones. Just need to find them again. There.
Alright, this thing is right.
Yeah, like that.
But yeah, that's the thing.
I had two of those, I just need to find them again.
Covered up some hidden image right there's the bug.
There we go.
Is this how the website always was? Because look how broken up it is. Did I do this by moving Barnaby? As you go layers deeper into it, it's just slowly falling apart. This is great. I love this as a mystery. Okay, move Barnaby is one. And then lastly, oh, is there one more? The Playfellow exhibition page above the Playfellow. Turn the Playfellow exhibition upside down.
Behind every Olympic organic yogurt is a happy grass-fed cow. Olympic Organic, where a little care makes a lot of good.
I'd like to get these out without damaging it, but there's no way for me to do it, so... Come on, you bastard.
Do we need to recode the website to do this? Is that what's going on
Maybe
here?
if I get a flathead screwdriver, it might work.
Turn the Playfellow exhibition upside down. Dun dun dun! Here it is! We did it! Anything interesting? No. So then it brings the question of, is it something, one of these pictures? Because these are part of, oh, there's the Crispy Sweets. That's the cereal that we saw. So we were right earlier saying, oh, it's their cereal. As a cereal, it's the most. I forgot about that. Huh. And no one's been able to find any of this stuff out, huh?
Not really. At least from what I've seen, by the time this episode goes up, it's very likely that someone might have.
In all the hidden offset letter pages, okay, so these are the ones that we were working on before, when we were solving some of the earlier clues in this ARG. The URLs have changed so that they now have written delete next to them. For example, blank is now blank delete. Huh. Okay, so that maybe implies that because this is the Playfellow exhibition, maybe the Playfellow exhibition is like cleaning up stuff. We were saying how the person in charge of this exhibition, you know, might be brainwashed or might be becoming a puppet for home as well. Of them all, I feel like these last two are the ones that will be easier to solve first. Whereas like write hello, write okay, not 100% sure where you're doing that if it's not the URL bar. So
that'll work.
You know, it's like here, let me just type in hello. That didn't do anything, right? Like maybe there's a secret like keylogger or something that, yeah. No. So I feel like these other ones make more. These move Barnaby, flip this.
No
upside
idea where
down,
that
make more
went.
sense.
That just went to the moon.
Probably the vaguest of them, because like, what do you mean by reversing an image? And then once you find out where we write these, that might be okay. Huh. This is cool. Okay. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. As of 11/21, so a couple days ago, this is the latest thing that we have to crack, right? Is what do these things mean, and how do we effectively activate on what? It's very explicit instructions, actually, which I appreciate. I think that that's what's cool about this puzzle, is the fact that they are.
There,
very
that's looking more like a
explicitly
jackalope, isn't it?
What you have to do.
Now we'll
This
get you some
puzzle is
fangs,
how you do
baby.
it. And so that's cool. That's a really cool puzzling thing for us to chew on. So, I know we just released our video about figuring out the meaning of the number 245, the Foxy Grid. I've seen a lot of people on the subreddit kind of jumping in and like, let's look at the Foxy Grid for the umpteenth time to figure
Fix
out what
that.
they're trying. If
That's
you
the
need a
reason
break
everything got
between
knocked
all your
down.
FNAF puzzle solving. Here's a new bunch of ciphers and clues and codes that are happening over on Welcome Home. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below. Good luck with this one. This is fun. And again, Welcome Home, probably for me, one of the standout IPs of this year to really step out and be like, hey, we're on the scene, we've got cool artwork, we've got a cool story, and we're presenting puzzles that are so vastly different and so unique to everything else that we've seen kind of in this like world so far in the ARG space and the video game space, that I'm always really excited to see what's going on here. So let me know your thoughts, your comments. Good luck. Thank you for your help. There's always the Game Theory subreddit if you have any thoughts and feelings over there as well. And we'll see you on the flip side for more of Ash's novel and for more puzzle solving as we go about. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, remember, it wasn't a video. Well, it was a video. It wasn't a live stream, but it was a video. A video for you. See ya.
I have an idea. Let's get your dad this blender for his birthday.
That man loves a smoothie.
Loves it.
Ooh, my sisters will go in with us.
Like they went in last year.
Okay, here's an idea. Split with friends, and the RBC mobile app divides the cost between everyone and sends them the request to pay.
There we go.
Andy.
Little
And they get
jackalope.
automatic reminders.
Much better. I feel like you're gonna find a home that way better. Okay, so that's
Get
for
Split
you.
with Friends. Another powerful benefit of RBC Vantage.
Wonder if I can snap you off too. That'd be easier.
Delicious caramel milk chocolate
Lay a little bit
squares
flatter.
from Ghirardelli. Makes every day a bite better.
Hey, Maddie Patty, I got a question. So, kind of boring waiting for the stage to complete, right?
God, I love waiting.
I was actually going to say that. God, I love it. It's actually very satisfying. Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where I've got a lot of tension in my shoulders. Ash, you too?
Oh, it's so tense.
A lot of tension in my shoulders. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it went wrong. I don't know what mistakes were
Oh,
made.
motherfucking
But
whore
it
cocksucking
was
motherfucker.
We were at the state fair.
I'm good.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we were filming. I don't know if it made it into the final episode, but there was a moment where I had a big reaction to one of the fair foods that we tried at the state fair, and I like, wow! And I think a nerve got like twisted or like pinched in the back of my neck / like shoulder blade area, and my 3 fingers here were tingling for a while, but now it's only the one. Like I've been kind of like working it out and trying to stretch it out, and there's some amazing like chiropractor and like physical therapy channels on YouTube, youtube.com, quality information. But he's like, hey, I literally for like pinched nerve, stretches for tingling arm or whatever, and I found this one guy, he's amazing, and so every night I've been doing these stretches, so that's how I got it down from tingling in 3 fingers to 1 finger. But I'm like, ooh,
Great.
still,
Do I really
still
have
need
to? I don't
work
want
out.
to.
There's long that I have to go. Ash, how's your tension?
You know, on a scale of 1 to tense, I would give
10.
it tense.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wait, you're at 10s?
I'm at 10s.
Are you also tingling in your fingers?
You know, I'm not there.
Okay, well, okay.
Like that, I don't
So-
even know if that can be considered 10. Like that's something that's wrong. Like something got messed up, dude.
Oh, yeah, you're right, it did.
Are you okay?
Sure. We're gonna go with sure.
Sure.
I'm in process. How's that?
Oh.
I'm in process. I'm
Okay.
working on it.
Okay. So okay. As long as there's an active effort.
We've gone from whole arm kind of in a weird place to 3 fingers kind of in a weird place to 1 finger in a weird place. I gotta get this last guy out the door. This one. So I'll keep you updated when this little finger gets his feeling back. But enough about me. How's your tension? You said it's tense. How can we help you? Are you tense because of your book?
Oh, I'm so tense because of my book.
Are you tense in the way that an author is tense?
Yes, I'm creating tension, but I'm also feeling tension.
You're also writing in past tense, future tense.
Yes, tension.
Yeah, tension. The tension of coming with being a tense. I ran out.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not
The
writing a book.
chicken.
Yeah, tell me about your book.
All right.
We get another clue today.
Welcome to the Ash book clue of the day.
Ash book clue of the day.
Ooh, I like that. Thank you.
You're welcome. What's up?
All right. So the next clue is that you know what? I'm gonna be even more vague than I thought I was gonna be.
Please don't be more vague. I feel like the level of vagueness of your clues is like infuriating. Like there's FNAF levels of vague, and then there's Ash levels of vague. And when you're below FNAF in any sort of clue giving or storytelling, that is a dire level.
You know, I'm actually proud of that.
Don't.
That's
It's
an
not something to be
achievement.
proud. Not something to be proud of.
You have to work to get that, and I've been working.
Okay. Well. Okay. Tell. What is your clue of the day?
My clue is alignments.
Is it about chiropractic? Is it about chiropractors? You didn't like them and now you like them, and they're aligning your back, and it's about my tension. It's about tension.
It is about tension. It's not about being a chiropractor.
Okay. Alignment, huh?
Alignments.
Like good versus evil alignments? Like chaotic neutral? Chaotic good. That's just called writing a story though in general. It's not about what you are writing. That's more just like, hey, I'm developing characters. Let me develop the characters.
You have to think of my clues in the way you think about the words when you're playing Connections.
Okay. Ooh, I like that.
Shit.
I love Connections.
Take the burn.
My favorite.
See,
evening
look,
activity.
my skin is still attached.
Before we go to bed, we'll play. Hey, you want to play Connections?
This
We're
is
okay.
a 31
That's how you can
watts.
tell I'm super old.
110 to
Speaking of,
240
none of
volts.
those things, and
That's it.
completely.
That's all you need to melt the fucking glue. You don't need a,
What is the game?
280 or 340 or something like that.
Is a game called Outcore.
So is this a good core or a bad core?
Do I? If you know about this game, do I? No, I shouldn't. I'm gonna keep my
I
mouth
kind of like that.
Stop,
I
you are
really like
so
how it
vague
looks.
these days.
Kind of cute. It's kind of like
NaNoWriMo
fleshy, but kind of not.
November
So
Vagary edition. Okay, fine. I guess I could just find out by starting the episode and playing the game, huh?
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess
fine.
you could.
All right, might as well.
But there's something I want to start first, and it's
Is it a
talking.
beef? Are you starting with a beef?
I'm
Are you
not starting any beef.
A beef.
No,
Can't believe it's not beef. Yeah, what's
this
up?
has nothing to do with food.
Okay.
We're talking about water. I'd like to take a moment to talk about the sponsor for today's episode, Air Up.
Oh.
Thanks for helping with my financial plan, Sarah. Sure beats waiting for my inheritance.
Okay. Great. What a fantastic man. This episode is really good on the segues, isn't it?
Yeah, dude.
So smooth.
I've had like a year and a half of practice at this point.
So clean and smooth, like the water that's coming out of your air bottle and going down your throat.
Exactly.
There it is. Boom. Got it. I would promote it, but I don't have a water bottle on me right now.
Yeah, so why don't we get that?
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's bring it in.
I was not prepared for an impromptu sponsorship drop. That's okay. Here, we'll be back after these messages to get the thing for the messages. We now return to your regularly scheduled program with my silver Air Up bottle. So now that I am properly hydrated, Ash, what sort of things am I supposed to talk about today in when it comes to the wonders of Air Up?
When it comes to the wonders of Air Up, it's important to remember that we are approaching the holiday season, which means that gift giving is a huge thing we all got to think about.
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, to be fair, we already gave everyone in the office an Air Up because...
Ah, fucking whore! Ah, you bit me.
I mean, everyone loved it, right? Dehydration is one of those things that I feel like all of us can relate to, where it's like, hey, I'm not getting enough water in my body. I consume so much Diet Coke, it's crazy.
But see,
we all
my flesh is still attached.
About it, and so everyone, Lee, Tom, Eddie, Mike, like everyone has an Air Up bottle at this point, right?
Yeah.
So for us, I feel like we have already given the gift of proper hydration with Air Up, but you can too this holiday season.
This holiday season, Air Up has 3 holiday gift-giving bundles just for you.
Okay, 3.
3 bundles.
3 whole bundles, okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Each of them involve at least 1 bottle and at least 12 flavor pods.
That's a lot of flavor pods.
So you're setting up whoever you're giving this bundle to, even yourself, for Air Up success with many flavors and many days of hydration and yum.
Wow, many days of yum.
Look, I have to give so many words to my freaking novel. Okay, Matt?
And
I'm
one
tired.
One of them is going to be yum. I like that you've written all your words out and they've all just been into the novel now.
Yeah.
So your word depletion is real. How much money can I save, Ash, with these incredible bundles?
I'm so glad you asked, Matthew.
Sure.
You can save up to 30% off today.
No way.
No way indeed.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
What incredible savings for such an incredible product.
Air Up is having a massive sale from now through December.
Sure.
That means that you have all up until the holidays themselves to get these awesome packs. Hold on.
It's amazing. This is beautiful right here. This is the learning. This is the gift right here. This is the gift that keeps on giving.
Slap together right quick.
To your health.
Real.
You know, you're always running out of water. So give it to you. I don't know, man.
Give yourself some water, but make it better.
Yeah, exactly.
Give a gift with taste.
This is too painful to sell.
Was that you?
This hurts, and it ruined all of those.
Marketing bullet point.
I don't know if I can get it off.
There was something like that on the brief. But I spun it to make it my own.
That was great. You know what? Way to make it your own. I'm really impressed. So anyway, that's Air Up. Thanks, Air Up, for sponsoring that very seamless portion of today's episode. So smooth, so wonderful, so Air Up. There we go. Start. I'm curious. This girl looks like what's her name from My Hero Academia? It looks like Gigantagirl or like Giant Girl. She's one of the heroes, one of the like senior heroes. Outcore. Change language. Let's keep it the same language. All right. We're back to my home screen. Wait a minute. Oh, fun. Okay. Oh, this is weird. Hello. Hi. My file. Where? This is cool. Already, I like where this is headed. Where is it? Please. This is the sort of text that we use when we have a scary episode of James Hearings. I recognize this font anywhere. It's the scary episode text. Help me. Give me this file. Okay. There you go.
There we go.
Oh, this is cool. Oh, this is really cool.
Shape your belly.
Oh, hello. This is so interesting.
What else can I do in this short amount of time? Probably not a lot.
Hi. My name is Lumi. You must be the owner of this place, right? Yeah. Can one truly own the essence that is GT Live? You know, it's now owned by a
Don't
corporate
have any
entity called
bats on
Lunar
our road
X.
as
But
I
yeah,
make
let's say
any.
yes. I feel like that's pretty accurate. Cool. This place looks
All right,
great.
I think I'm done for the
Must
night.
be wonderful having this place all to
Got a few little
yourself.
things done, not as much as I was hoping, but that is life.
I kind of share
Anyway, if you stopped in to say hi, it was good to have you around, and I hope you have a pleasant evening.
imaginary entity in my
Good night, guys. See you next time.
No, I've done